What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2. I am here on floor 491, and I wanted to play around a little bit with a different Petrify combo, and I'm going to do it here on Greystone Plaza. Floor 491 once again. Now, this map gives you the opportunity to have two lanes that you can really watch quite closely, these two here. So I'm going to go ahead and set these other lanes up so that they're pretty much automated. And we've got an air raid there, and we've got a stabby kamikaze here. So let's just go ahead and go with, what, we'll go with 3 sky guards right here to handle the air lanes. Over here in this lane, we've got a Mega Squad Gamma with long shot, so it's not necessarily ideal for a long shot lane, but I am just going to set it up with like a 1-amp warrior style build. Doing the Petrify combo with poison proton beams and the reflect beam. And I think I'm going to put the flame aura kind of up here so that it assists a little bit with the flyers. Let me make sure it's still getting the buff here from Destructive Pylon, or if that's too far back. It actually doesn't look like it's getting the buff. You can see the little purple glow around the base of it if it's getting it. So let's move it up a little closer. Actually, we can just go over here with it probably. And it'll certainly be getting the buff there. Maybe? There it goes. Alright, so we got that purple glow now. We know that's getting the buff. So we should be in pretty good shape there. I'm tempted just to go with one more flame aura just for good measure over here to give a little bit more assist, since that is a long shot lane. Now over here we're going to have it a little easier as we do have proximity and phased, so the enemies are naturally going to be moving slower. And I'm just going to do the same thing here. I'm just going to set up a little proton reflect beam petrify, and that way I just don't have to worry about these lanes here. Did I put that down with the right EV? I'm not certain. Let me just redo it just to make sure. Let's get that reflect beam in, and over here we'll just go with 1 flame aura. And that leaves me what? We've got 440 left, 220 per lane. That's a pretty generous amount of DU. And what I want to do is go with a regular poison dart tower to apply poison to the enemies. Going with explosive poison, I got vamp and destruction. I may end up changing that. Alright, no, I'll just leave it. I think I'll just leave it. And then going with anti-melee defense rate and piercer servo. Now, I want to do it a little differently, and I want to go with some earth ballistas. Gonna have to see how well this works. Now, my ballistas are using anti-melee piercer and anti-orc with defense rate, explodey, and destruction. And the main thing is the ballistas do pierce. And I'm hoping pierce is going to get that earth damage applied for me, as I'm going to go ahead and take my Sand Viper relic that has earth damage on it, and I'm going to put that on my ballistas. Now I'm going to lose the piercer. Actually, I'm going to lose all the mods. It's got defense rate and earth on it. So let's go. We can get rid of defense rate. And what do we want to go with there? We've got a vamp we could use. We got Splody in there now. Or I could just go with deadly strikes and get a little more range out of it. That's not a terrible choice. Do I have a gilded one sitting here free? Doesn't look like it. So I'll just throw any old deadly strikes in there. Alright, so basically now we're going to need a poison dart tower to apply the poison, and then a ballista to apply the earth. Now I'm going to go with more than 1 ballista. So that's going to be what? That's 120, that's 160 DU spent. Let's do the exact same thing here. So we're going to go with 2 ballistas and then a poison dart tower. And then now I've got 120 left to provide a little CC, just throw a little extra damage in the lane, whatever the case is. Now here it's kind of a no-brainer. We've got a frost lane. Now it does have cyborgs on it, so I want to be cautious. but 78 of the 86 mobs are going to be frost enemies, and of course we all know frost enemies take increased damage from fire, so let's get some fire damage going on them. I'm going to spend 60 DU just like that and just leave it. I'm tempted to boost that stuff though. I'm just going to leave it. And then here we've got Lava Zerker Whoppers. So here we don't have any cyborgs to worry about, and they aren't armored. So they're going to be taking increased damage from the magic damage. But let's just go with 2 Flame Auras just in a row like that. That'll give them a nice long path of Flame Aura damage to work their way through there. And let's see how it goes. What do we got? Well, we got 200 left first. Let's throw 100 here. And we'll throw 100 into each of these Poison Dart Towers. Now, really what I'm mainly looking for is the effectiveness of Petrify. Is this going to give me enough Petrify to crowd control the lane sufficiently where the Ballistas and the Flame Auras are going to be able to put their work in? So let's go ahead and check it out here and see how it goes. It's actually doing decent on that lane. They are getting a little further and a little further. So we use our rockets here. Are they already used? Looks like those were already spent. They are getting a little further and further down the lane, but there is a bit of a roadblock there where the Petrify is stalling them up enough where the Flame Auras and the Ballistas are putting the work in. Wow, that's actually doing better than I thought. I really thought I was going to have to work a little on these lanes, and these guys are really getting it done. I mean, the wave's not over yet, of course, but it's doing really, really good. You know what this means? This means next attempt, I'm going to try to go maybe Poison Cannonballs and Earth Ballistas. I think that would be a fun little combo. Sorry, the phone is saying hello. Let me get wrecked here a dozen times by these assassins. And we should be pretty good. That did really well. I'm kind of shocked, to be honest. I mean, I knew that it would work, but I didn't think it would work to that level. Let's see, let's just hang out here and wait for the assassin. Alright, he went away on his own. Alright, now, what do I want to make sure? Now, first off, I want to make sure I don't have to come up to these lanes. We do have, like, Lava Guardians here, which can be a pain. So let's throw a full round of upgrades in over here. Basically on all the damaging stuff. Let's go one more on that Reflect. And then let's do the same thing on this lane. We'll double up the Reflect and single up the Flame Aura. That leaves me 365 left. I think with 365... that actually gives me enough. I really wanted to get some upgrades on the other lanes, but that would give me enough to really set myself up on this air too, where I won't have to worry about it quite as much. Anyway, what do we have for a boss here? Looks like we've got an ogre coming out up top there. I don't think the ogre will be a problem. I'll just have to keep an eye on it on the mini-map. So let's go ahead and get Wave 2 started here. And see how this Petrify is doing. Now, Petrify, once again, is just earth damage, or pardon me, poison damage in the poison state, and then the enemy getting hit with earth damage. So you can do this with any combination of defenses, as long as they have the appropriate damage type. Now, I'm forcing the earth damage, of course, onto the Ballistas, as, you know, Ballistas are not going to be dishing out earth damage without it. These guys are making a little push here this time. The wave's a little bit healthier. Are they going to make it all the way in? Wow, it's getting really close. Trying not to really contribute a whole lot. Of course, my monk is all decked, so I could pretty easily just wipe one of these lanes if I had to. But I'm going to try not to do that. I want to see the defenses getting the job done for me. Okay, we have Gregory coming out at about 1 billion health. I guess maybe I should keep an eye out for him. Let's just go ahead and burn him down here real quick. Yep. Looks like he died out due to the reflex anyway. Deal with these assassins. Perfect. And we still got a dive bomber down, so we're in good shape there. Okay, now we're going to be able to get some upgrades on these lower lanes, and I think that's going to make all the difference, but this frost lane definitely was pushing. So let's go ahead and hit both of these flame auras. Actually, let's hit everything once. That PDT has already got one upgrade on it, but let's go ahead and hit it anyway. Let's hit both of these flame auras here again. And then let's do both of the ballistas again. There we go. Now that is a nice bit of upgrades there on that lane. I've got 99 left. Can I come up with one single loose mana somewhere? Let's see. Oh, there we go. There's a bunch. Alright, so that'll allow me to get a couple of upgrades over here, and I think I'll go right into the ballistas. And let's continue on wave 3. Now let's see if this lane gets pushed this time. Like it did last wave, of course. This lane is just getting wrecked. This is holding strong. And they're doing really, really good. Now that there's some upgrades, it's actually holding them back in the auras. Nothing is even making it out of the auras, which is awesome. Yeah, it is getting it done. I think my biggest concern here might end up being the flyers. See, we got a shieldy coming out. That shieldy I'm going to want to pay attention to, but I got some assassin-related deaths here to get over with first. That shieldy is out. Yeah, he's going to wreck all my stuff. Oof. That could have gone ugly, that's for sure. These assassins are just too healthy to rely on a tower to take them off now. They've gotta get up to the crowd control. Which, you know, I'm not too worried about dying here, so I probably won't bother with it too much. But, I mean, this would be the place right here to sit out the assassins. Yeah, they don't even want to come out when I'm sitting there. Alright, so what have we got to work with here now? Okay, we got Quibs this time. Now I'm going to have to make sure to pay attention to Quibs, because he will wreck all this stuff. He's not going to walk around it. Let's see. Let's get both of those up. Let's up these one more time. Now that's a lot of power on that lane. Let's go ahead and hit the flame auras up here. And might as well hit that PDT too. Alright, now Quibs, once again, is going to need our attention without question. The combo is doing really, really well, though. Earth Ballistas and a PDT. Now, my concern, well, I had two concerns. First off was the Pierce from the Ballista going to be enough to get enough Earth procs out there to petrify more than one enemy. But then my second concern, of course, is the coverage going to be there using a Poison Dart Tower. Now, like the dream Poison Soak would be from a weapon manufacturer. You know, if you weren't using the Electrocute combo for your weapon mans with Shocking Revelations, having Poison on a weapon manufacturer would just give you just absolutely dream levels of poison coverage. Oh man, Quibs is out. Quibs is throwing. And Quibs is actually getting petrified. Nice. Did get a shot off there, which Quibbly don't play. He's going to one-shot your stuff. A few more assassin-related deaths. I refuse to play the Barbarian Chromatic. You can't make me. I will just die over and over again. Of course, the smart move there would be just play the Barb and then don't worry about it, but I just don't want to be forced to play. I don't want the game to tell me I have to play a specific hero. And it does that to an extent in DD2. But you know, you can make it through so much of the game before you have to worry about that. Alright, let's see. Let's get, we got Ballista and PDT both went down. Let's get both of those back up. And what's left? 583. Oof. Not very good. Is this the boss lane again? Bastille Master this time. That could be a problem. What do we got over here? We got a Skelly up there, which shouldn't be an issue. The Bastille Master is going to be a problem. So I'm going to have to make sure to kill that Bastille Master very, very quickly. These Lava Guardians are super healthy. You see, they're 459 million health. So, I mean, they are some healthy kids there. If they make it in, it's a problem, you know? Oof, wrecked. Just don't die through the Bastille Master. Here it comes. Let's see. Crap, man. And I wasted my crane stance stacks on that Lava Guardian that I really didn't need to waste it on. That's alright. They're stacked back up. Let's get this. Oh, no. Oh! So lucky. Did you see? It was in the animation. She was in the animation to cast her shield before the Petrify hit. Man, that was lucky timing right there. Lucky timing. I will take it. The state of assassins in High Onslaught, and I mean, it would only get worse from here. I'm like the start of where it's a real problem. But literally, if you just don't camp inside of a CC area, you're just going to get owned over and over again. And, you know, that kind of stinks, but it's the nature of hard counters and the assassins. Now, that will do it for now. So that's Poison Dart Towers and Earth Ballistas, of all things. We can't get good damage number readings off of them because the Petrify, of course, bugs the tooltip out of all this stuff, really. So it's not going to give us accurate numbers of what kind of damage they actually put out. But I'm sure it was pretty significant amounts of damage with the Petrify, that additional damage during the Petrify, and just being able to sit there and fire into them over and over again. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to click that like button. Please subscribe. I will be back soon with more Dungeon Defenders in all of its forms. So thanks again, and I will see you next time around. Take it easy.